Hello and welcome back. Today we've got another £200 worth of 10p's. We're going to have a hunt through, looking for the commemorative ones, not the commemorative ones, the alphabet ones. I went into autopilot mode then. So, let's have a look at the progress we have made so far on the 2018 book. We're very, very close to finishing. We've got B, D, G, R and T left to get. So getting very, very close to finishing our first book. And then we've got 2019, a lot more work to do. We've got G, J, L, M, R and U so far. So let's cross our fingers. Hopefully today we'll find a couple of new ones. So let's jump into some of the questions then. The first questions came from Daniel Murridge in the PO box. You've just seen that on Thursday's PO box video. And Daniel asks, what was your best hunt ever? That'd have to be the Kew Gardens that I got in September last year. Ironically, not my best performing video as well, which is strange. But I found a Kew Gardens, Jemima Polder Duck, Isaac Newton, and was it 7 or 11 Olympics as well? By far and away my best hunt ever. In terms of £2, it was quite early on. I found 2 Northern Ireland Commonwealth Games in one £500 bag of £2 coins. They were bags as well. So that was pretty epic as well. Next question was, which hunt gave you the most success? So early on, it was bizarre. It was a video, I think it's called What a Catch. And it was a thumbnail was Jeremy Fisher, and that video did exceedingly well. Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you what my most viewed video is, but I know that one was way up there for some random reason. For no rhyme or reason why that became such a popular video. I wish I knew, because I would replicate it on all the videos. Which hunt did you get the most coins on? That must have been last Sunday's live stream, I think. So I did £1,250 50p hunt, and I'll be doing another live stream tomorrow at 6 PM on Twitch and YouTube. Because you guys really seem to enjoy the streams over on YouTube as well. So I'll be doing them over here as well now. I'll see how they go. If it starts petering off, I'll take it back to Twitch. But if you guys really, really like the live streams, I'll keep doing them over here as well. I love cars, you, coins and painting. I love videos so much. I would like to know what you do. I mean, how do I do the videos? Well, I order I order the coins from my banks. I use 2 different banks to get the coins out. One I use for the live streams, one I use for my weekly videos throughout the week. Is what I'm trying to say. And then I'll record them over the weekend. Normally on the Friday, Saturday I spend recording and editing, and then try and get as far ahead as I can in my schedule. My schedule is a little bit relentless at times, in terms of. I've got certain days I've got to pay coins into banks, certain days I've got to take coins out, then I've got to record, edit, upload, I try and get as far ahead as I can over the weekend, which means I get evenings during the week where I can just chill out and not do anything, which has helped a lot the last week, because I'm still getting over this awful cold. It's driving me around the twist. But we'll jump into questions that were from one of my giveaways. I can't remember now. I think it was my May giveaway. I'm so far behind now. Ooh, we got one. It's an L. Of course it's an L. It's a 2018 L. The one I've probably found the most of. It's a stunning design though, isn't it? Awesome. Daniel Selwood asks, do you think there should be polymer £100 notes? I don't see why not, because polymer notes are so secure now that, I think that would be a benefit. The only thing is, where would you use it? It's hard enough to spend a £50 note in a shop. I appreciate that maybe the part of that is because there's so many fakes, and or not because there's so many fakes, just because if there is a fake, that's a lot of money for business to lose. But I can't think of anything I would be doing where I'd want to carry £100 notes rather than just have my card, if I'm honest. It seems a lot more secure than having hundreds of pounds of notes in your wallet, so I'm not sure. Who would you put on the £100 note though? Let me know in the comments. Alric asks, do you have a favourite football club? So I don't follow football on a weekly basis. My dad supports Liverpool, so I would watch the odd football game with him. I watch national football games. If I'm not busy, I won't go out of my way to watch a football game. I have been watching over on YouTube. It's what are they called? #FC. I read about them on BBC News, and I've kind of been following them on their YouTube. On YouTube, it's a non-league football club that they won their league and got promoted, and it's kind of exciting watching that. But it's not a case of sitting and watching a 90-minute football game. It's a 20-minute video once a week, I think, or so. Sleep You Fool 01 asks, do you have any Australian coins? I do have some Australian coins. I got them in the World Hunt, and I've also had some lovely people send them into the PO box. And there will be some treasures from the PO box coming maybe next week if I get myself into gear and get that edited over the weekend. I'm just very conscious that I keep promising that video and I haven't done it. I have recorded 7 of them, I think. I spent last weekend going through a whole bunch of coins that were sent into the PO box. In hindsight, I might have gone through them a bit quickly because I was trying to get as many coins through in a video, so that might take a bit of time to edit, but it's all good fun. Ewan Hobson asks, are you ever tempted to clean really dirty coins? Nope. So if you shouldn't really clean coins in your collection because it damages the coins. Even with a bit of like water, you shouldn't really do any of that unless so I know people that have been making stuff out of coins. So they've made a picture frame out of coins, or they've made a tabletop of coins, because they're not going to be worth anything because they're being put into this frame or put into this table or whatever. Cleaning them in that instance is fine, but I don't know. But then again, each to their own with collecting. If you want to clean your coins, then nothing should stop. No one should stop you if that's what you really want to do with your collection. It's not something I would do in my collection though. Darren Wright asks, who puts the values on coins above face value? Good question. So it's more about what makes a coin more than face value. So the obvious thing is the rarity, so the mintage. So if it is a low minted coin, that means there weren't many of them made. Take for instance Sir Isaac Newton. So there weren't many of that coin made. It's just over 1 million, 1.125 million or something like that, around 1.2 million mark. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm so bad at remembering mintage figures. But so yeah, lots of people would want that one in their collection, and there aren't as many of those being sold, so that drives the price up. But also there's also the factor of demand. So for instance, the 2016 Beatrix Potter set, there's actually quite a few of them. They're not massively minted like the 2017 set, but they aren't exactly low minted. But people like Beatrix Potter, and that's what makes them so expensive. Well, not so expensive, but more than face value, I guess. But how do I figure out what the value is? I go on eBay, I'll search the coin, I'll filter by auctions, sold auctions, and then look at the recent prices, and I'll put just an average spread up on the videos. So that's how I do that. Flip Town asks, why don't you like aluminium coins? So again, it's not so much that I don't like them. They're not my. I like all coins, and I will collect any coins I can get my hands on. It's more that out of all the metals you can make coins out, that's got to be my least favourite. Just because it feels like play money. It doesn't feel like a real coin. So it's just got that. They're very light, and it's the noise they make when they're clinking with other coins isn't as nice as other metals. So yeah, that's why they're not. That's why it's not my favourite metal. But I don't hate all aluminium coins, I guess. Silver for Fun asks, have you ever thought about collecting £5 coins? I have thought about collecting £5 coins. The problem is, much like with the silver coins, silver 50p, silver £2 coins, once I get started, I know I will want them all. And so that would be another expenditure. So I am dodging that for the moment, but I don't rule it out in the future, especially when they keep making, the last year they had a £5 strike your own, the Nutcracker, and then this year I believe they're going to have another £5 strike your own, potentially the Queen Victoria. I'm hoping it'll be something different. I'm really hoping for the Wallace and Gromit coin that I've heard about. potentially coming out this year. Or there's the Gruffalo one that's coming out soon. Oh, there's just so many coins. And that's why I'm dodging, well, not dodging, but just not actively collecting £5 coins at the moment. Tokyo Rift asks, do you think there should be an Avengers coin? Totally, yeah. I think that would be an awesome set. The only problem is the subjects on UK coins are generally UK things. Well, I think they're all exclusively UK things. Whereas the Avengers isn't exactly a UK franchise, I guess. It's an American one. So I can't see there ever being on circulating UK coins or even non-circulating UK coins, the Avengers. But they have made tokens, though. There were some, I've seen the Star Wars ones. I think they actually are Avengers tokens that they sell at the Royal Mint. But I can't see it ever happening in circulated coins. And that's the real shame, because I'm a massive Star Wars fan. But there just isn't going to be Star Wars coins in the UK circulation, sadly. Dalton Smith asks, do you remember the Chuckle Brothers? Yeah, of course. The Chuckle Brothers were all over television when I was a kid. I used to watch it. Not all the time. It wasn't my favourite TV show, but it was a TV show I enjoyed. So yeah, I remember the Chuckle Brothers. Scuba Tronics asks, apart from Oreos and Hobnobs, what's your favourite biscuit? I don't know. I quite like the digestive caramel chocolate. Oh, they are so good. Or maybe like dark chocolate digestives. They are really nice with a cup of coffee. But all those, what are these? Stroop waffles? Is that what they're called? Those are they from the Netherlands, Holland? Those little like circles, biscuity circles with caramel inside. Oh, they are so nice. Ooh, we got one. X marks the spot. 2018. Have we got it in the 2018 book? I think we do. But it's stunning design. Maxine Cooper asks, what's the best way to identify Asian coins? So I guess after time you'll start learning, you'll start getting you'll start being able to recognise them. I'm almost at that point. There's some of the coins I say, right, I've seen that before, I know exactly where that is. But it is a bit tricky. My best advice is to use Numista. So that's the website I use for my world coins. But if I'm struggling to identify a coin, I will use an app called Coinoscope. That's Coiniscope. I know it's on Android. I don't know if it's on iPhone, iOS, whatever that is. So I would recommend downloading that app. All you do is you get the coin, you hold your phone with the camera, take a picture of it, and it will try and recognise the coin from that picture. And 9 times out of 10 it'll link you to the Numista page. And then in terms of the dates, Numista is really good. It's got the dates in what we would in our calendar call it, but also in the Arabic calendar, whatever it is. So it helps you figure out what the year is as well. UK Coins asks, if you had £1 million, would you buy more coins and what else? Oh yeah, definitely. If I had £1 million, I would buy tons and tons of coins. Imagine doing a £1 million 50p hand. That would be amazing. What else would I buy? A car, a house, a swimming pool, a hammock. I don't know. Tons of stuff. John Kirk asks, what country do you not have a coin from? There are quite a few African countries that I don't have coins from. A couple of South American countries I don't have many coins from. And there's lots of little islands and territories and things that I don't have coins from. But if I keep doing the world hunts, there will be a world hunt tomorrow. I'm going to edit that after recording and editing this video, so don't worry about that. Ed Saxon asks, what's my dream job? My dream job would be... I think I've mentioned it in a previous Q&A. I think some of these questions might duplicate. There's a man called Pablo Hidalgo, and he is Disney's continuity expert in terms of the Star Wars franchise. So he is paid probably an obscene amount of money to know everything there is to know about Star Wars. And a massive Star Wars fan, that would be like the dream job, just to know everything there is and advise Disney as to what they can and can't do to keep the Star Wars lore consistent, I guess. Ooh. We gotta know. We gotta know. What year is it gonna be? Ooh, 2019. That could be a new one. That could be a new one. Woohoo! Taz Warrior asks, do you think Doctor Who should have been on the 10p's, i.e. T for TARDIS? I think that would make an awesome one. Although T is in the drink, I think it's probably, I would have picked that over TARDIS, but I don't see why they can't do a set of maybe some quintessentially British TV shows, and have Bagpuss and Bungle and all those sort of Bert, everyone from Trapdoor. I want everyone from Trapdoor on a coin. That would be awesome. Joseph McLaughlin asked, have you ever found a silver-proof coin in your hunts? Not to my knowledge, no. I think that would be very, 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 very rare. Bear in mind, even the Shield NIFC dates, I probably found in the last year and a half, maybe 6 or 7 tops. So the chances of them of finding an actual silver one is pretty slim to none, I would imagine. Stevo71 asks, have you ever seen a ghost or a UFO? No. In terms of ghosts, I'm not a believer. As with most things, I feel like I need to be provided with the evidence before I believe in something. I won't blindly believe in something unless, and again, evidence isn't, I don't know, a story that you tell me. You tell me, oh, when I was younger, I was in a hotel and I saw a ghost, and this is what the ghost said, and this is what I said to the ghost. That's not proof to me. That's your experience. I would need to see a ghost to believe in it. The whole paranormal stuff. Have I ever seen a UFO? I haven't seen a UFO. But there's got to be aliens out there. Now I'm contradicting that point now, aren't I? Because okay, yeah. I mean, I'd like to think there are aliens out there. There's got to be some form of life. The galaxy is so vast. The universe even is so vast. There must be some sort of life, even if it's just microbial life out there somewhere. But I don't believe that they are in UFOs flying around Earth. I don't believe that they're going to find anything in Area 51 when all those nutcases run into it, which I really hope they don't do, because I would hate to think that people get shot for doing something very, very stupid. But yeah, I think there must be life out there somewhere. I don't know what level of sentience it is, what level of technology it is, but I don't believe they are watching us. They are amongst us. So yeah. Aristo04 asked, do you like Greek coins? I like all coins. So yeah, I've got a fair few Greek coins, lots of drachmas. And yeah, so again, I get them in the World Hunts. So yeah, I like them. Kasper Muzilaukowski, apologies for mispronouncing your name, asks, with 1p's and 2p's being less used, do you think they should do commemoratives to get kids into collecting? Yeah, definitely. I would be a bit reticent for them to start making designs because they keep talking about removing them from circulation, or at least not making them for circulation. So I'd be hesitant. It's like the £2 coins. They make some awesome designs and they don't circulate them. So imagine if in 10 years time, 5 years time, they stop doing the pennies or the 2 pennies. Would it have been worth all that time and effort making them? I'm not sure. Laura Crouch asks, what would your last meal be? Oh dear, do you know something I don't know? I don't know. I said before that I'm quite adventurous with eating food. I'll try most things. But with my last meal, I think it's going to have to be a steak. I will have the nicest steak going, with the nicest chips going, and a nice sauce with it, I guess. William Simpson asks, do you think we should have an Invictus Coins, an Invictus Games coin? Definitely, I think that's an awesome idea. I'm surprised they haven't actually done it now that you mention it. So yeah, I'm really surprised that they haven't got one. So I think that would be really, really neat design. Ooh! Effa fish and chips. Holy Toledo. This second bag's been much better than the first. 2018. What a stunner. Loghag HS Buddha asked what my favourite non-Star Wars movie is. Probably Silence of the Lambs is probably my go-to favourite films outside of Star Wars, but I like lots of films like Forrest Gump and Shawshank Redemption. One of my favourite actors, who I'm not allowed to like anymore because it turns out he's a sexual predator though, has been in lots of very good films like Seven, American Beauty, House of Cards. There's not a film, it's a TV show. And he would have been in, is it All the Money in the World, I think it was, the film about Paul Getty. And I think he would have played that role superbly, and it's just such a shame that he has he's not turned into, it's just become apparent that he is one of these horrific people that have got away with some awful things in the past. So yeah, I feel a bit conflicted as to, I feel like I shouldn't like him anymore. But I know lots of people say you need to separate the person from the artistry or whatever, but I struggle doing that. I wouldn't listen to Gary Glitter music, I wouldn't listen to Michael Jackson music, so I would struggle to enjoy his films knowing what he's done, if that makes sense. Pete asks, why is water wet? Because it's a liquid, and that's the word that we use to describe liquids. Because if it wasn't wet, it wouldn't be water, I guess. Last question comes from Emil Overduin. Asked, if you made a political party, what would it be called? Man, I will never make a political, but you know how stressful that must be, being a politician? You can't do right for wrong, and that's not a comment on any particular politician at the moment, but take Brexit for as an example. You had a vote which was effectively 50-50, so whether you enact that or don't enact that, you're going to really knock off at least 50% of the population, and if you try and get a compromise and you try and compromise between the two, you're going to end up annoying everyone. So and again, that's not just on Brexit, that's about everything, every political thing. There is a side to every story, there is a side to every, I don't know, law that is enacted, and being the person who implements that must be a horrific job at the end of the day. I think that would drive me round the twist, and I would have no interest in entering the arena of politics. But with that, we'll go back to the coins. Well, there we go, we got a whole bunch of finds today, so I'm much chuffed with that. Only one new one though for the book, and that is the 2019 O for Oak Tree. So let's get that into the book. There we go. Wonderful. Nice to take off another one and add a few more to my growing collection of the alphabet 10p's. So all that leaves me to do is thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.